The library. Look! Jobs! Weird, like, when this was painted, it was like, hey, look out the window! We're all working, things are great. Now it's like one of the graffiti murals after someone gets shot or hit by a car. This mural is really affecting you. I forget that we live in separate realities. Mine's clearly better. Pumpkinhead guy. What did I do? Was I just so bad that it kicked me out? Because I really am just not on it today at all. It's good I don't have to play anything that requires better hand-eye coordination right now. Look at her glasses. Hey! Closing in 2 hours. Okay, cool. Any idea where the microfiche is? Microfiche. Microfiche. 3rd floor. Okay, thanks. Up, up, up. Oh. Slow night? Yup. Spooky here, all alone? I'd be spooked. Larry's wandering around here somewhere. We're gonna get spooked by Larry. Is this the 3rd floor or just the 2nd? We have to go up another elevator? Oh, looks like someone left something open on this one. It's a resume. Bob Targ, born 1967, 50 years old. Let's see. Experience: mining, construction, well drilling. I never think about getting a job when I'm old. 50's not really old. I mean, you should have money then, right? Ideally. It should be like guaranteed. Should be guaranteed in general. You gonna join my young socialist chatterbox group? Oh boy, look at this. Holy crap. What? It's Charity Verity. What's Charity Verity? How do you not know Charity Verity? I assume this is something from school. The school of being 5 freaking years old. Alright. So this was a thing you liked as a kid? No, I hated Charity Verity. It does look really hateable. It was like you were kidnapped by a cult. You were under some curse. That cult. And when they were like brainwashing you, instead of some cult guy with a wavy dagger and magic mask, it's not... okay, yeah, go on. Instead of that, it was this effing pink nightmare. You were scared of it? No, I was bored to death. It was talking forever about, like, being kind to others. And, like, I don't know, helping an old neighbor do an engine repair. That sounds nice. Charity Verity helps old Mr. Blanco fix his hovercraft. No, that's the worst part. It always rhymed. Charity Verity, pink nightmarity. Charity Verity, I just don't carity. Geez, they sure made a lot of these books. I think they're still making them. This one looks pretty old. Charity Verity. Danger everywhereity. That's vague and disconcerting. Could have just kept updating that one book. Are those all the Charity Verity books? Wow. So I guess we do need to go up another floor. Because this does not appear to be the correct section. Going up or going down? Yep, going up. Why would they even get off at the 2nd floor? That doesn't make sense. Sniff, sniff. Oh wow, it's dusty up here. It's old up here. Sure is. Maybe your ghost is up here? Yep, ghost. Or something. Whatever he was, he walked through a chain link fence or flew over it or something while carrying something. Oh, right, well that's even more impressive. So we're gonna go find this guy, because he took someone, and he's like somehow connected to this thing I've been going through. And that's not good. That all sounded a lot more badass in my head. It's okay, it was fine. Where are the microfiche? This must be it here. Alright, there she is. Cool. So... I have no idea how to use it. Really? I can't know how to do everything. I'm sorry, but what expertise have you brought to this thus far? This whole thing was my idea. No, your idea was ghost hunting. My idea was to do at least a little tiny bit of research on it. You think it's so stupid. Why are you here? Because you're my friend, you asshole. Aww. Ugh. Aw, we friends, Beatrice. Here, let me get this set up. We'll be here all night if your dumb ass is in charge. Alright, so what are we looking for? I want to steer! No. Move, I'm steering! Ow! Jeez, May! I'm sorry. Okay. How do we do this? Step 1, look at the screen. Step 2, move around and look at stuff. Step 3, find ghost. Sure. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Oh man, there is a lot. Oh god, okay. So I guess I'm gonna be reading all these, and feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to see all the silly notes and stuff that are here. Pie piracy. Dear citizens, please make note to keep your pies safe during the pleasant weather we are experiencing. Several ladies have reported pies from their kitchens disappearing at alarming rates. Even worse, the picky culprit is leaving behind only the rhubarb pies. Until this criminal is caught or the bad weather returns, we remind our housewives to make use of their pie safe indoors. What? Make use of their pie safes? Indoors or stick to rhubarb. Who has a pie safe? The Stanley T. Possum statue, known by residents as Posse, is finally slated for demolition. Posse closed in 1967, but Richard Coulson, son of Samuel, had hopes of refurbishing the statue for new generations. Posse stood silent for close to 60 years, witnessing the beginning of the demise of the railroad, the mines, and the coke works that ushered in his existence. Teens and other vandals broke into Posse over the years, and climbing up through Posse became a rite of passage for many young people in the area. Residents have been torn over what to do with the beloved but derelict structure over the years, but 3 years ago pressure began mounting to have it torn down. A storm knocked off Posse's ear, and the next year Ralph Jenkins fell from the staircase and broke both legs. Samantha Coulson Glick, daughter of Richard, finally agreed that it was time for Posse to go. The demolition will begin at 12 p.m. on Saturday, and viewing areas will be set up at a safe distance. God, these all read like my hometown paper. The son of this person or daughter of that person. Progress Springs in Possum Springs. Randolph Stafford, owner of the Bell's Hole Mine Works, has partnered with Samuel Coulson, owner of Coulson Coke Works, Daniel Glick, railroad magnate, and prominent business owner Harrison Schreigeist, to make some stunning improvements throughout the town. The four men desire to build a model of progressive living right here in Possum Springs. The old miners' double houses on Elm Street will be torn down and replaced with spacious single homes. A new elementary school will be opened nearby, along with a new state-of-the-art recreation center courtesy of Arnold Applebaum. This is in addition to the improvements Randolph Stafford promised the previously striking miners. So there's the stuff Applebaum has done, and these are probably the houses that May lives in now. There's been another sighting of the albino groundhog from a very reliable source this time. Edgar Studer reports that he saw the pure white beast digging near Shade Gap. Mr. Studer has declined to give any more of an exact location and implores his fellow hunters to admire this anomaly from afar and leave him to his business. We could not agree more with this upstanding citizen and remind townsfolk that if you are interested in seeing an albino creature, to stop by Sudi's barbershop for a peek at an albino raccoon. We're certain this will assist your mind in completing the search for the groundhog. Underground gases afflict many. The houses on Larch Street have been evacuated after the discovery of a gas buildup in the basements was found to have led to hallucinations in scattered members of the household. I wonder if this has any effect on May, because she's starting to... this could all just be hallucinations, like I was saying. For the past several weeks, residents have been complaining of family members who began hearing voices or seeing things that were not there. One older woman was found having an animated discussion with an empty chair. When pressed, she calmly explained that she was talking to her sister who had passed away some 50 years ago. 2 nights ago, the son of Carson Zimmer ran out of the house and leapt into Cooper's Pond 1 mile up the road. Moments before this, the child had been readying for bed and, according to another sibling, became increasingly agitated. The last words he uttered were about some sort of song before he dashed out of the house and into the night where his watery grave awaited him. This last event persuaded residents to request help from officials to see if this is related to St. Leuven's lantern, a phenomenon where exposure to certain underground gases leads certain victims to experience waking dreams, auditory hallucinations, and the sense of unseen presences. Preliminary tests indicate that gas is present in the homes, and mining officials are moving residents until more tests can be completed. Samuel Coulson has purchased 10 acres of land on the outskirts of Possum Springs. When we inquired as to what Mr. Coulson would use the land for, he would only remark that what was coming here would delight both young and old for years to come. We are very anxious to be delighted. Oh, we're gonna look at ghosts last. Oh, that's high piracy. Okay. Strike. A strike at Stafford Mine has been called. The idea first arose after the memorial for the 1888 explosion victims. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borowski Arthur Borowski. Oh, Granddad. So, there's the strike, and it was for the explosion victims. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borowski to continue the memorial for their friends. They also began recounting all of the promises the bosses had reneged on this past year, including basic safety measures to avoid another explosion. A group of 20 miners entered the mines to begin the strike, and 30 more joined them before morning. All work has been stopped at the mine, and the miners are now striking in 8-hour shifts. Their wives and children have begun to bring food and water for the men. The bosses have stated that the mines are safer than they were a year ago and that there is no need to act in this manner. Of course. New Old store in the town center. The Old Pickaxe hardware store is set to have its grand opening this Saturday. We received a sneak peek of the store yesterday, and our town will benefit greatly from this new addition. Roy Burge is bringing 25 years of building experience into his new venture and has stocked the shelves with all the nuts, bolts, and nails you would need for any project, plus the latest in tools. Stop by to see the latest trends in everything from handsaws to hammers. Best of luck to Mr. Burge. So this is the explosion. An explosion occurred at 6:20 a.m. at the Stafford mine. All work has ceased while men attempt to rescue any survivors. So far, 3 men have been pulled out alive, with 20 dead. The explosion occurred 10 miles deep in the mine, and only one group of men were able to escape before the elevator's rope snapped and the next group of men plummeted to their death. So far, hopes of finding more survivors is low. The main path to the tunnel caved in due to the explosion, and survivors are still attempting to piece together exactly where everyone was during the incident. Oh, spectral happening. We'll come back to that one. Oh, the Stanley T. Possum statue has officially opened to the public, and we have to say we are smitten. For 2 cents, one can enter Stanley and spend quite a lovely time looking the Possum Springs of yesteryear and in the museum, enjoying some popped corn and fresh lemonade on the snack parlor decorated with Tiffany glass electric lights before heading up a full 10 feet to see the sights of our beloved town through the eyes of this grand possum. There's even a beautiful train diorama that will delight both young and old. We predict Stanley T. Possum will be a sight that all passing through our town will desire to behold and will be sure to draw many crowds. And then it was torn down. Oh, strike lumbers on. It's still going. The strike is now in its 30th day with no end in sight. The bosses have refused to meet with the miners, saying their demands are too fantastical. The miners claim they are only asking the bosses to adhere to safety standards that are already the law. The National Guard was called in after last week's scuffle, and the Coulson Coke Works Union has joined the cause, which has caused an uptick in national press arriving at the site. The women's camp has expanded its services from serving meals to beating any non-union miner from entering the mines. So far, they've been successful in both ventures. Get it, girls. Spectral happenings. Events! The last trolley will make its run September 4th. Bernie Goss, the longest employee with 25 years as an operator, will pick up passengers starting at the Market Street Tunnel entrance and will end at the trolley garage, where light refreshments will be served with a speech given by the Congressman Archibald Reed. Twin Club will be meeting at the Stags on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. The month's craft will be knitted hats for the soldiers, along with the potluck. All mothers of twins of any age are welcome. Specifically, oh yeah, this is the Twin Club. Possum Massacre. Uh-oh. Is this the last thing to happen? Severe violence broke out at the Stafford mine strike today. The bosses arrived to attempt to renew talks and were taunted by some of the children present. Rocks were thrown and the National Guard and strike bearers opened fire on the crowd because kids were throwing rocks. After a few minutes, the smoke cleared and the gory scene revealed. 9 miners are dead with a dozen more injured. A young brother and sister were also shot dead as they were delivering a package of food to their father and uncle who was on strike below when the shooting broke out. The photograph of the 2 children aged 7 and 9 who were shot in cold blood has circulated far outside our little county. The heinous act led to a personal visit from the governor to the strike site to meet with strikers. Independent inspectors were also brought in, and talks finally began 45 days since the start of the strike. The bosses have agreed to comply to the current safety standards and to honor the demands of the miners. Tale of Teeth. I wonder if this has to do with the tooth that Grandpa had. Strange But True is our ongoing series about the weird and forgotten aspects of Deep Hollow County history culture, published weekly. Bad bosses figure heavily into Possum Springs history, and this morbid tale of crime and secret societies is no exception. The story goes, in 1870, a local mine boss was skimming workers on their pay. A group of miners confronted him while he was in the act. He denied everything with many a slur and punched the miners' leader, Daniel Glace, in the face, causing him to lose his last remaining tooth. The miners knew how much Darney's tooth meant to him, and they descended on the boss. A few held the boss down, while others removed all his teeth with pliers. The teeth were passed out to the miners, and a secret society was created with a vow to protect the workers' interests. Membership was based on owning one of these teeth, and each was marked with a symbol of their choosing. These symbols were used around the coal patch to organize meetings and make announcements. The boss survived his attack, but never named his attackers for fear of implicating himself. When died a few years later, members dug up his grave to retrieve his skull. It was used in ceremonies performed before going out for retribution. All would gather round, place their teeth into the sockets, and later retrieve their tooth after the retribution was completed. Upon a member's death, their tooth would be passed to a new member. Teeth of members in jail would be left in their sockets until their fates were decided. After the strike of 1889, the society dwindled. Occasionally, a descendant of one of these men will find a tooth with strange markings in their homes. Strange but true. It is indeed. We have one. I have to look at that tooth now. What kind of markings are on it? Deep Hollow County mourns. The final group of bodies from the 1888 explosion have been recovered 2 days shy of the 1-year anniversary of the tragedy. These 5 men bring the total of dead to 112. 2 of the men, Addison Pine and Henry Harvey, were the ones who set off the explosion. Although mine bosses had been informed that gas pockets were present in that section, they elected to not inform Pine and Harvey of the possible danger. The other 3 bodies belong to Peter Bledsoe, Christian Stanoff, and Peter Liva? Probably Liva. Peter Liva's funeral arrangements will be handled by Father Lidis, as the man's widow has since returned to Hungary with his 2 orphans. Alright, sound off opinion line. We would like to remind the men of our town to please refrain from spitting on the sidewalk. This unsanitary habit is unseemly and beneath you. Parents, please be sure your daughters are not participating in the new trend of skirts showing the ankles. I do not think we need to remind you which road of brimstone this temporary fashion trend will lead your dear daughters down. I have been witnessing more and more teenage girls coming into our town on a Saturday night unchaperoned, using vulgar slang terms, certainly unfit for me to print here, and blocking the sidewalks by walking arm in arm. They are loud and also flirt with boys unabashedly while smoking cigarettes. These young ladies need to be stopped before our young ladies get any ideas or our boys fall in love with the wrong girl. Young men have been seen around Possum Springs engaging in the ridiculous behavior of wearing mismatched patterns in their suits. This type of outfit may be all the rage in Bright Harbor, but good luck getting any respectable businessman around here to employ you. You all look like rabid clowns. Councilman Puchinskaya's plan for 3rd Street is a joke. What else is there to say? Alright, so now we can look at all the ghost stuff. Ghostly rumors haunt new historical society. The Possum Springs Historical Society's conversion of the Schreigeist House into its new headquarters and education center has hit a snag. Custodial head Jed Newsom has resigned, citing strange occurrences in the old manor. I'd be there after hours doing my work and I'd hear someone walking around, trying doorknobs. I came out to see who was fooling, but there was never nobody there, said Newsom. trying to get this map room operational for the children, all the while I'm looking over my shoulder expecting to see God knows what. Mr. Newsom had previously requested to work only daylight hours when other staff were present in the building, but even that proved to be too terrifying. I don't go to the off-limits area anymore. I don't go up past the second floor and then only to the office. I know the others laugh, but I'm seeing Little Joe or something and they can all go spit. Little Joe, for the uninitiated, was a local ghost story popular some years ago. The Possum Springs Historical Society has refused to comment on Mr. Newsom's claim at this time. Have we gone to the Schreigeist house? Is that a thing we're allowed to go into? Spectral happenings. Two local sweethearts were startled this past Sunday as they hiked along the wooded overlook known as Possum Jump. According to the Lovebirds, at approximately 11:45 p.m., a figure appeared to walk from the edge of the cliff out into the open air and then disappeared. Forestry workers the next morning were unable to locate any evidence of anyone having leapt from the great height, leaving the exact nature of what the two saw a mystery. A decent hike up into the State Forest Hills, Possum Jump is famous for its beautiful view of the Echo Reservoir. It also holds historical importance as it hosts the lonely graves of several persons involved in the Possum Massacre. Oh, Little Joe. As the school children are quick to inform you, Possum Springs has at least one resident who won't show up on any census survey. Little Joe, purportedly the ghost of Joe Shade, a miner who died in mysterious circumstances some decades ago, is a favorite spook story of the whimsical and weird members of our community. His most recent activities seem to involve getting up out of his coffin at the old section of Possum Springs Cemetery and strolling around, unnerving visitors to the largest graveyard in Deep Hollow County. His grave has become a destination for unruly and often destructive local youths, and as such, Possum Springs City Council is considering erecting an iron gate to protect the historical tombstones that fill the small hollow where Joe Shade lies buried. Police have also stepped up patrols in the area, so be warned, thrill seekers. You may not see a ghost, but you may see a fine for trespassing. Do I need to choose these to... Oh, look. Scooch so I can see. Graveyard. That's a gimme. I mean, if you're looking for ghost stuff, that's where they make a lot of them. Looks like they saw him in the old section. Oh, cool. That's where his grave is. I'm actually interested in that. How could you not be interested? This is like actual dangerous ghost stuff. I like history. Ghosts are history. History that won't stay history. That's actually pretty good. Spectral happenings. Hey, look at this. Yeah. Looks like Possum Jump. Let me read it. It's Possum Jump. Okay, yeah, that's back up in the state park, right? Yeah. Ever been up there? Nope. Gonna check it out, though. Go nuts. That's actually probably only a mile or so from Mrs. Miranda's house. Back up in the hills. All kinds of stuff up there. Well, I'll try to avoid any basements or corpse husbands. Co-signed. Ghostly rumors. Hey. Ghost spotted. Historical Society? History that won't stay history. In a history place. History place? Yeah, I've never been. You didn't go back in school? I think that's when I wasn't in school. Oh, after the softball incident. Yeah, mostly just watched TV and did therapy. Well, it's actually a pretty cool old house. Used to be owned by one of the mine owners or something. Railroad, mine, steel mill, something like that. An actual haunted house? No. Elementary school kids are there all the time. They have like summer arts and crafts programs. Oh, well, still worth checking out. Okay, well that's like 3 leads. Let's boogie. Let's boogie? Also, is that it? I want to see if she'll comment on... This is interesting, but... Yeah, not exactly about a ghost. Oh wow, this is gnarly. And awesome! Oh my god. Oh, she won't comment on the tooth. No ghosts to be found here. When you say ghost, it sounds like you don't believe me. This one? No ghost. Yeah, I think we got this one already, yeah. Yeah. Okay, can I exit? Oh, there it was, sorry. I was pressing the wrong button. So we got some leads. Can I borrow your car this week? Do you even have a license? I mean, no, regardless, but do you? Nope. No license, no credit cards, don't believe in money. You just believe in other people's cars and money? I didn't choose to be born into this society. Okay, well, I have a job. Or I have a, job. So I can't drive you around all these spots. I can maybe do the graveyard. I need to go there anyway. Cool. I'll see if Greg wants to do the other two. And I probably don't have to say this, but just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Hey nerd, ever hear that history repeats? It does. It does the same thing over and over again. So we've just been in a loop since we were living in caves? Yeah, that's science! Oh my freaking god. Oh, this is the first floor, isn't it? Okay. Oh, she's left. Oh, Selmers. Ahem. Guess I should have done more about ahem. What is that Miss Quelcy? Oh wow, haven't seen her since graduation. She was always kind of a badass. The school district did not fund that art program at all. She made it work. She was like some sort of art teacher survivalist. Wow, I never realized. I think they pay her in bits of string and empty soda cans. Yeah, I was a teacher. I understand that. Thank you all for coming to the second meeting of the Possum Springs Poetry Society. Do you want to stick around for this? Yeah. Tonight we have new poems from myself and Fisherman Jones and Selma Ann Forrester. I will start us off with one of my own. She's from some big city, right? Or they don't actually pay her in string, right? Yeah, some big city, right? Yeah. How'd she end up here? Who knows? Letter to my worst student. To my worst student, the subject of my stories, I tell friends back home when they ask about life. Out here in the sticks, it's you. I worry at the end of my life, you will be the only one I remember. Why did you key my car? I know. It was you, Brian. Thanks, everyone. Is that legal? Oh, poor Miss Quelcy. At least she's blowing off some steam. Next up, Fisherman Jones. Fisherman Jones has a poem for us. Two poems. They're short, though. 2 poems. Take it away. Hi, folks. Thanks. This is called Tunnel Eels. Tunnel eels, tunnel eels. I do not know how it feels to be in darkness all the time, born in muck and raised in slime, but neither do you know paths I've trudged, so it hardly is your place to judge. Okay, that's one poem. The next one is shorter. This is called Tunnel Frogs. Tunnel frog swims in the dark, must think it would be a lark to be a fisherman like me, but what do you know, amphibie? That's it. That's great. Thank you, Fisherman Jones. Dude is really worried about fish think. He definitely talks to actual fish. Oh, most definitely. Finally, a poem by Selma Ann Forrester. Yay, Selmers! Thanks, May. You know her? Dude, she's like your neighbor. Oh. She writes these really funny, dorky, short poems. I'm up for something short and funny. This is called There's No Reception in Possum Springs. Ha ha ha. She's not wrong. No reception here. I wave my black phone. In the air like a flare, like a prayer, but no reception. I read on the internet, babyface boy billionaire. Phone apps sold, made more money in one day than my family over 100 generations. More than my whole world ever has. World where house-buying jobs became rent-paying jobs, became living with family jobs. Boy billionaires. Money is access. Access to politicians waiting for us to die. Lead in our water, alcohol and painkillers. Replace my job with an app. Replace my dreams of a house and a yard with a couch in the basement. The future is yours. Forced 24/7 entrepreneurs. I just want a paycheck in my own life. I'm on the couch in the basement, there in the house and the yard. Some night I will catch a bus out to the west coast and burn their Silicon City to the ground. Holy shit. Wow, damn. Huh. She rhymed entrepreneur. I don't even know what that word means. Thanks, everyone. Is she always like this? No. Wow. Huh. Thanks, everyone. See you in 2 weeks. Hey, Selmers. What? I liked your weird poem. Thanks, I wrote it myself. Wait, was the assumption that she didn't write it herself? Nice work, Smelmer. I don't like that nickname. What are you two? Sorry. It's cool. Can we go now? Alright. Coffee time. After all that reading, I needed something to drink. Okay, thanks for coming. We live here. Right, so... Find out anything about your ghost? Yeah. Tell him, B. There were some newspaper clippings that talked about a ghost. Not just any ghost. Little Joe. I don't really remember Little Joe. He's a ghost miner. He died in mysterious circumstances. Wow. I know, right? Mysterious. I thought you were, like, afraid of this ghost. Like, filled with, like, dread and shit. I'm terrified! Okay. So it mentioned 3 different places we can all check out. I have work and stuff. Yeah, Greg and I also have work. You guys skip out on work all the time. Maybe we can, like, split this up? Share custody of you and your ghost. What places were you thinking about? The graveyard? I call that one. It's close and not illegal. Is there an illegal one? Sure is. The Historical Society. You know you don't have to, like, break in. The people there, like, get paid to show it to you? Anyway. I'm in for the Historical Society. Awesome. So what did I get stuck with? Possum Jump. Oh, he's excited. I know Possum Jump. We used to go there in Scouts. Perfect. Okay, I need to, like, actually get home and do work. This is gonna be awesome. And also, I'm scared to death. Mysterious tooth. There's no symbol on it. I wanted to look and see if there was. Ta-da! It's Selmers, a poet. A good poet. Thought, if I die, Selmers should write a poem about it. Not when I die. If I die. Yeah, seems like that's going around. The erg. Yepers. So, you and Mom had a bit of a fight yesterday, huh? Yeah. Thought you two were getting along. We were. We are. Just a bum. You two. Always two alike. I guess. I got your chill and her smart-assness. I just hate to see you two on the outs again. It'll be fine. We're cool. So we're having money problems? What? No, we're fine. Dad. May, it's fine. It's okay. I'm 20. I can handle it. Nothing to handle. Okay. Might just head up to bed tonight. Sounds good, kid. Been a long couple days. Mom's already asleep. Thanks for moving the boxes. Check the messages. Hey, let me know when you want to hit the cemetery. I should be around most nights this week. I don't know, thanks, B. Don't think me too hard. I'm going there anyway, and it's like right down the road. You're ruining this. Oh, in that case, you were so incredibly welcome, and also you better not forget this big favor. That's more like it. I'm falling asleep. Had fun tonight. Sorry if I was grouchy. It's just... It's fine. Wait, did you fall asleep? Lol. Yo, I looked up the Historical Society on the internet. It's real old, but then they did big renovations. Oh, really? I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's a ghost, but old stuff that just got torn up seems like Ghost Central. How so? You're a ghost, hanging out in an old house, and then someone puts in a pool where you died or something. Haunted pools would actually be pee scary. I'm spooked. I'm going to bed. Hey, May. Let me know when you want to go to the park. I looked up a map and it's a pretty straight shot to Possum Jump. Okay, great. We never really got a chance to hang out. It'll be fun, I think. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Night, sir. Tips hat. And Casey. Right, kind of want to try that song again, but after all the talking, I've been playing for a while today, and I'm ready for a bit of a break just from having read all that stuff in the library. So, I'm gonna get to bed, do tonight's nightmare, and then save. At least this time I remembered that there would be nightmares. What? What? Oh my god. May, what is going on in your mind? Oh, it's just a fish. Giant fish. It's fine. Let me jump up. No, gotta go one more. And up. Oh, it's dark. They're gonna be hard to find. I don't think I can go any higher than this. What's a high jump there? Okay, there's one. Get a light switch here. Let's fall down and see what's below. Yep, something might be over here. Just fish. Just a giant weird fish. Okay, there's another one. And a wall. I don't think that instrument is one that we've found people play. That like ding 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 ding. There has to be some. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say there has to be something down here at the very bottom. It's Tuba Boy. That's not the sound of a tuba. Okay, where is the last one? Seems like it would be the right spot for it, but it does not look like new. This is probably up in the like middle right, I'm guessing. Yep, there it is. That's 4. Let's go get our nightmare on. Can I climb on that? No, I cannot. Hey! Hey, what are you doing? Her dreams are getting weirder. At first, it was just breaking shit with her baseball bat. Now there's just giant fish and floating people. Who knows what. There it is, okay. And what will it be this time? I have absolutely no idea about any of the nightmares, and I can't wait for them to explain what those are about. And that little musical cue at the end of it was different. We've still got the different morning music. I wonder if it changed after... What event caused the morning music to change? Was it seeing the ghost person? Well, anyway, I'm going to save here. Thank you for joining me for this rather long... well, it won't be a long episode for you, because I'm going to cut it up, but for me it's a long playthrough. So, or a long session, I guess, play session. Anyway, see you next time. Bye!